something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Fix It, where friends don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay, and you're our listeners.
Hey there, listeners.
Ho there, listeners.
It's the end of the world as we know it, listeners.
It is?
Because it's a dystopian YA episode, Jay.
Oh.
So the world's ended and
Shoot, Magood, I missed the apocalypse?
Yeah, we've been reverted down to teenagers again.
That's fine. That's what we do in Blisteria. We have a planned
Do we
apocalypse
now?
every 10 years.
Oh.
To really just cut the wheat from the chaff.
Oh, my God.
And just distill everyone. We're going to have Blisteria, we're going to have
The hardiest of
the
people?
hardiest. The Constitution scores on Vlisterians is going to be very, very high.
Oh, my.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we have an apocalypse every 10 years, and then every 2 years we have just a casual purge.
A casual purge?
Just a I'm talking like jeans, sweater, maybe a button up underneath, casual purge. Just
So the casual is the dress,
look,
not the purging.
the invite says it starts at 5, but you can roll in at 7. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Casual purge. No biggie. Just,
Sure, bud.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, welcome to Fix It. I've deeply disturbed Adam. Welcome to our show. This is our podcast, Fix It, where every week Adam and I take a piece of pop culture that maybe missed the mark, maybe didn't quite get there, maybe just missed the apocalypse, and we fix it. And this week, Adam and I, in lieu of a traditional fix, as the show is normally come to, we are doing a very unique property today. We're doing a very unique concept today, which I'm actually very excited about.
Oh, these are fun, yeah.
I'm mostly excited about because I did not have to prepare anything. Off the cuff.
Which made this week a lot easier for us.
Off the cuff is very much where I like to live. When it comes to content making, I like a casual purge style. I like to just roll in and just see what happens.
Sure, yeah.
I don't have any serious plans.
No forethought.
Murder.
Let the purge find you,
I think
Jay.
casual purge is like white collar crimes. We just be embezzling.
Yeah, just math.
This week, Adam and I are going to be writing our very own young adult post-apocalyptic
movie trilogy.
In the line of Hunger Games, in the line of Maze Runner, in the line of the Divergent series.
Divergent series, yeah. That did not finish. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't.
No.
The movies didn't
the
even
movie
finish
didn't
it.
finish. No, it didn't.
Our producer Brian has kind of, in true fashion, really produced the hell out of this.
He did.
He has provided us with kind of a choose-your-own-adventure of dice rolls that we will be getting every aspect or large pieces of our post-apocalyptic feature film handed to us by a dice roll of one or another, and we're gonna have to fit it together and make it work, and it's gonna be fun.
Yes, we last episode we have already found out what the title of our movie trilogy is.
What was it again?
The Midnight Enigma.
The Midnight Enigma.
It's a pretty good title. Generic as all hell, but that's a pretty good title.
So this week we are fixing the Midnight Enigma. But before we hop in, I'm Jay. That's Adam. You may know us from the wildly popular show
Now wildly popular YouTube reaction channel
Previewed, where we are no longer on strike.
Heck no, baby!
The SAG strike is officially over. Operation Firehose has begun.
Yeah, it is actually about about 10 hours old.
We have about a month's worth of content coming your way. It's going to be nuts.
More coming soon.
And for those of you who have supported us through all of this, both emotionally and financially, a hearty and healthy thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very much so.
Yeah.
It's been a tough 4 months.
It got. They say, I'm actually very proud of us because I think I think we kept our cool. We kept our heads on our shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
We zigged. We zagged. Hell, we still produced a week's worth of content for everyone.
But we did.
The content kept coming.
It did.
And now we no longer have a shadow channel we have to produce content for, so life will get a little bit more simple on that front.
Just a little easier.
But like there was, I'll be completely frank, there were some moments where the outlook got a little bleak there in this past month in a way that was like kind of,
Scary.
yeah, because they say it's like I equated it to the parenting that I'm also learning how to do now as well, because they're like, they always say like, oh, it's parenting, it's like it's the hardest thing you ever do, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, no, it's not.
But I'm Jay Schmidt.
But I'm me. It'll be great. And then
casual parenting. I just roll in,
yeah, man.
see what happens.
Yeah,
Khakis and a sweater.
We'll just see what happens.
Yeah,
and then it gets really hard, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then it's those moments where you approach the really hard that I think define you, and I think we have defined ourselves well.
I agree.
So, congratulations, buddy. We did it.
We did do it.
Look at us.
We did a good job. We came out stronger than we went in.
I think so. Mostly because like we had to like take a hard look at how we made content and what we were putting out there and like how to do this, and we basically had to figure out how to climb the mountain with an arm tied behind our back. And now that we have both arms back, it's climbing time.
It's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Going up the side of a building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man. Now we have both hands for our casual purge. So, just see what happens.
Just gonna see what happens. Just gonna roll in there and just
I'm committing mail fraud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Casual.
I guess.
Man, let's jaywalk. Let's party.
There we go.
But we've come to my favorite segment of Fix It, where, it can't all just be fixing all the time, So this is my absolutely most favorite segment, where Adam and I just learn more about each other.
Yeah.
We he's my best friend number 2, and I'm his best friend number 1. But honestly, in the grand scope of our lives, we haven't known each other that long, so we're learning more and more about each other every day. And our favorite segment.
Wait a second, we've only known each other for like 9 years.
Yeah, but I would say that we only really started to actually really get to know each other
when the channel started about 7 years ago.
Has it been 7 years?
Almost. We're coming up on 7 years in December, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the grand scope of things,
Yeah.
Yeah. But on our favorite segment and our first dice roll of the day, roll for convo. Our producer Brian has given us 20 topics of conversation, and I'm going to roll a 20-sided die. And we are going to see what question pops up from that number I roll. And hopefully it's not a 1. It's a 4.
It's a 4.
We're rolling 4s all day, baby.
Okay. What are there more of in the world? Wheels or doors?
There's more doors. There's more doors. I think this is cut and dry. There's more doors.
Okay. Because of houses?
Yes. Houses don't got wheels, Lieutenant Dan. You ain't got no wheels, Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. Houses ain't got no wheels. There's way more doors.
Oh, I don't know about that, bud.
Okay, present your argument.
Okay, so let's use cars.
Cars.
Wait, well, let's just start with cars.
Are a zero-sum game.
No, they're not.
Most cars have 4 doors, 2 or 4 wheels.
Yes.
Zero-sum.
Most do.
Okay.
A lot don't. A lot are just 2-door.
And then 4 wheels?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have motorcycles.
Okay.
No doors, 2 wheels.
Yeah. I think most people
that means
live in a house or a domicile with doors.
Sure.
That most of them
there are a lot of
do
doors
not
in
have
houses.
wheels. I mean, if this van life craze keeps popping off, it's going to be an even sum game at a certain point because everyone's going to be living in vans.
Mm-hmm. But then you also have bikes.
If these millennials have anything to say about it, everyone's going to be living in vans.
Down by the river?
Man, I love the extent to which so many things are getting glamorized, and I'm like, no, this means the economy's not doing great. I'm living in a van now. It's so cheap, and I'm like, nope, that's us moving back. Like, oh man, I'm really into canned fish now. I'm like, oh, that thing we used to eat when we were being invaded, and we were on rent. Nope, we're moving. Guys,
you're right.
We nailed it. We don't need to. You don't need to live in your. Although I've thought about living in my van. Not the time to have this conversation. I thought about it would be, if I was single.
Really?
You know.
You'd be van guy?
Yeah.
Part of the Vanguard?
Maybe. You're too proud of that pun.
That's very good. It's a good pun, Jay. What are you talking about?
I like it. I think there's more doors, and I think it's obvious that there's more doors. Now, what constitutes a door and what constitutes a wheel? That's really the
Doors. Doors constitute doors.
No, but is like a door on like
a sliding glass door? That's a door.
No, I'm talking like if there's like an access port of any kind.
You mean like something that like turn like the
say on like a boiler. If there's like the thing that you open up to like get inside of it, is that a door?
I think doors are gotta be human sized.
Okay, but I would argue that that's human. If it's access to get into something to like clean it from the inside, but it's not. I would argue that
more
that's
of an
a door.
access panel.
Okay, well, what's the difference between a panel and a door? Is a panel a door?
I mean, there are paneled doors.
I mean, is like a locker door? Is that a door?
A locker?
Yeah, like
No,
a door on a locker.
because you can't fit inside of it.
I understand,
Well,
but that's a door.
Some people can.
Well, then what
Some people
constitutes a wheel?
Wheels.
There's like little wheels on, and all sorts of stuff. Does that mean it's like?
like a Hot Wheel.
Yeah, it's like a
Are
like a Matchbox car. Does
are
that
those
have
four wheels? Well, kind of. I mean,
Does that constitute as a wheel?
I think it does. It's
Honestly,
part of the transportation of the
Is a
the item.
Is a gear a wheel?
I will say, for purposes of making this a little bit,
If a gear is a wheel, then I would argue that there are more wheels.
I think the gear is not a wheel.
Okay, then what is it?
A wheel is specifically. I think a wheel is just a mode of transportation. To keep it easier, it has to be transposition.
Transposition?
Transportation.
Cartography.
Photographer. Cardiologist.
Cardiologist. Watch our Jeopardy reacts, everybody. If you
very
don't
good.
know. Yeah,
Some of the best stuff we've ever made,
I
unfortunately.
can't wait for Thanksgiving. I think that's gonna be so fun.
It's just gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've actually been toying in my brains like, what would probably work? Price is Right. All the bets.
Yes. Yeah, but I think
It might work.
I don't know. Jeopardy is like so quick.
Oh, it is very quick.
That I think like it's a little bit it's easy digestible. I think Price is Right is like a whole ass hour.
It is 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But it could work. Just saying.
So you're saying there's more wheels?
I'm saying there's more wheels because you got bikes out there. You got the entire country of the Netherlands, just full of bikes.
Sure. But there, you know what? The Netherlands are also full of houses. There are houses.
I thought you were saying windmills.
Like let's take your apartment for example, and tell everyone your address.
Nah, I don't think I will.
Let's just take your address for example.
Yes, Jay. Hilarious joke you just said, Jay.
Oh, you made a joke about it the other day. I'm the one that told you it was enough. That was my way of letting you know that we're fine. How
many doors here?
How many doors here? One.
Front door.
3,
4, 5 total.
Okay. How many cars do you own?
0.
So you have in your life
no wheels.
5 doors. So doors.
I'm on the plus door category.
My house has 3.
Your condo.
4.
Yeah. I have 9 doors.
My house has 10 doors.
I have 9 doors.
You have 9 doors?
Closets.
That's true. Oh, for counting closets.
Yeah, those are doors.
Then yeah, I've got
12.
I've got 12 doors.
12 doors.
12 doors.
And you have a car.
I borrow.
Access to a car?
I have access to a car. It's not always my car.
Mm-hmm.
I just usually watch that car for my in-laws.
Sure.
But I don't. But
But here's the other thing.
So that's 12 to 4.
Here's the other thing that I'm just now thinking of.
All right.
When a door is on a door, it's not a door. But when like a wheel is not on a car, it's still a wheel.
That is not an equality in any correct term. So you're telling me that a door
is only a door when it's in its hinges.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Then what is it?
At the moment when it's not in its hinges, it's a piece of wood or aluminum.
Okay. So what's a wheel? It's just rubber.
Yeah.
And steel.
But it's
I
still.
I
but
don't
it's
think
still
I don't think
a
that
wheel
argument holds
because
up
it
for a
can-
hot second.
because it can travel.
If it's laying on its side, it can't.
Is it same thing with a car?
I'm just saying you are equating. No, that is not a 1-for-1, sir.
I think you have a pile of doors and a pile of wheels. You have a
Which
pile
one
of
burns
wheels.
longer? The wheels.
The wheels.
They burn
the
for
wheels
a
are the worst. Yeah, for the
and
environment.
they smell bad. Yeah.
But I think you still have a pile of wheels where the doors are just like, oh, this is a pile of
I'm
wood.
just saying, from a societal standpoint, if there are more wheels than doors, we need to remedy that. You
If
know
the-
what I'm saying?
That is true.
Because everyone has
Public transportation.
Everyone has a door to their heart.
Sure.
You know.
Well, on the subway, are those wheels? And on like trains, are those wheels at the bottom on the tracks? Would you consider those wheels?
Of course, those are wheels, Lashy. What
Okay.
else would they be?
Then trains and subways wheels outweigh doors by like easily 5-1.
Yeah, I just think you're coming down to like there are huge apartment buildings full of doors,
Sure,
and
there are.
that's my favorite thing about New York City is that you ask a lot of New Yorkers like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, do you know anyone that lives in this city that owns a car? And most people will tell you, no, I don't know anyone that owns a car. Then where are all of these cars coming from? Why is the parking such a nightmare in our neighborhood when nobody I know that lives in this neighborhood owns a car? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to
Maybe
me.
car owners are just unfriendly.
I guess. I don't know, man.
I mean, to be able to to nudge somebody out of a parking space.
Is there an official answer to this question?
I
Like,
have
is there a legitimate?
If there is, I'm sure Brian can tell us. But
Yeah.
I don't. I'm going wheels.
I'm going doors.
I think wheels.
And I think this speaks to why our energy works so well.
Because I'm a wheel and you're a door.
I would argue that I'm a wheel and you're a door, but we found ourselves on the other side of on opposite ends of the
Water
coin.
wheels, baby.
How many water wheels do you think there are in active mode right now?
A lot.
In what way?
You know,
How many mills have you gone to in the
grinds and
past?
stuff? Yeah, I'm sure in Europe. there's
How
probably-
much fresh in Europe? In Europe,
Why
they're
not?
more modern than we are in a lot of ways. You're telling me they still have
A
mills,
lot of ways. Yeah.
water wheels?
Sure, why not?
I would argue if you were going to come at me with like, well, dams are technically water wheels. Okay, sure.
I was thinking that.
Water
but
wheels?
held against.
Are you out of your mind? Are you Amish? What's wrong with you?
I am not Amish.
All right.
Aggressively not Amish.
There are more doors. I'm just saying.
Team Wheel.
We don't have time to talk about this anymore. We got to
Team Wheel. Let us know. YouTube comments. Go for it.
Yeah, go
Team
nuts.
Wheel.
Go absolutely nuts. There are obviously more doors, but that's fine.
And also on Discord. Let us. And
Are cabinets doors?
no.
They're called cabinet doors.
Yeah, but a human can't get inside of it.
They access it. A cabinet's a door.
Gotta be human
I
size.
can't.
Gotta be human size.
Okay, so a matchbox wheel is a wheel, but a cabinet door isn't a door.
Because a wheel is it's transportation. It is moving the thing. Aggressively moving the thing.
I would say
A
that
door.
I would say that a cabinet.
Door
No,
is a
cabinet.
Nope. I'm
it's a
sorry.
door. It's a door.
Nope. It's to delineate one space from another
I'm
space.
not saying drawers are doors. I'm not here saying drawers are doors.
because
I'm
you
here
would be
saying
wrong.
cabinets are doors.
No, they're not.
I'm not.
That's the place where you hold the things.
You're gonna get casually purged, man. I'm gonna steal your identity on the casual purge.
I'm gonna lock you behind multiple doors.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna wheel right through 'em. Man, remember the Wheelers and that weird in that Return to Oz?
I've only
movie?
seen that movie once because of the Wheelers.
Yeah, man.
They were creepy as hell, and
And
they get turned to sand.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
really upsetting.
scared. That scared the absolute f out of young Adam.
And
Like,
that lady switches her heads in a way that is really upsetting. And for me, watching that movie, I only saw that movie as an adult, and it still freaked me out.
freaked your bean.
The one thing that I couldn't get past that was that the girl playing Dorothy is Vicky Valancourt from The Waterboy, in a way that like cognitively I couldn't get behind it.
Oh, I see.
It was just
Sure.
there was too much dissonance. I was like, this is the weirdest combination of movies to be in as an actor.
Sure.
And I don't know how, I can't really sign off on it. And I'm not sure why. She did a wonderful job.
Sure, she was
And
fine.
she's great in The Waterboy.
Pretty very cool.
Man.
Mama said.
Look, out of all the Adam Sandler movies, I feel like that movie doesn't get enough credit for being like, that one's on Rushmore in my opinion.
Oh, really?
If we're doing, this is completely unrelated to anything, but welcome to the podcast. We're doing a Mount Rushmore of Adam Sandler movies. We
Of
got
Adam Sandler movies.
Happy Gilmore,
Happy Gilmore. Yep.
Billy Madison, obvious. These are
absolutely,
obvious.
yeah.
These are obvious. These
Yep.
are obvious. I'm putting Waterboy on there.
Sure. What would be the fourth one?
Oh, it's Big Daddy.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
wholesome and nice.
That's a great film.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People, I don't know why people. There's like a weird, like Adam Sandler has like a weird group of like people who kind of like to rag on him, but I really like his movies are bad. I'm like, yeah, the grown up movies are bad, but also like
They're consistent.
yeah, but he also has. I would say he hits more than he misses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with him and where he plays Andy Samberg's like dad.
Hot Rod?
No.
I don't.
Have you never seen Hot Rod?
I haven't seen it.
Lashy, you would either love or hate Hot Rod.
Really?
It is a very polarizing film.
Oh, okay.
I love Hot Rod,
Oh, okay.
but it is a weird movie.
Sure.
Anyways, we gotta keep
We got to keep moving. Joe, we got to talk about dystopian
All right,
YA movies.
That's been Roll for Convo.
Team wheels.
Team doors.
Roll out.
Keep it shut. Keep it tight. I don't know. I hate it too. All right, I hate it.
Since there's no plot drop to do or anything like
No,
that.
there's
I
not.
think we should just. Hey, Brian. We haven't really had a dystopian YA movie or real novel that's hit the pop culture
No.
in the past
Fourth Wing.
a while now. I know you really like Fourth Wing.
Yeah, I know.
But
Even though it gets really porny.
apparently it gets really porny. But why don't you give us some information about like the rise and fall of this YA genre? Because it really has like it's kind of disappeared
Yeah.
in this segment that Jay. It's Jay's favorite. If you asked him,
I was
gun
being
to his head.
I was being a good boy, and I was pausing for the edit,
Yes.
but I didn't.
haven't gotten to the edit point yet.
I didn't think that I should end it.
No.
I was being a good boy.
You're a good boy.
Oh man, Brian, why don't you roll that beautiful bean fun fact footage?
Thank you, gentlemen. Producer Brian here. Today, I was going to talk about the Hunger Games books and movies, that they made a lot of money and have a range of scores on Rotten Tomatoes. I was also going to talk about The Maze Runner, The Giver, Divergent, Ready Player One, The Fifth Wave, Ender's Game, The Host, Alita Battle Angel, and more. But now what I want to talk about is wheels versus doors. Now, I agree with Adam that there are more wheels, but I completely disagree with his assessment. Gears are wheels. Every machine has multiple wheels. But I also think that cabinets are doors. Anything that separates a space could be considered a door. It doesn't have to fit a human through it, though. Also, you have to decide if the door is the physical plank or if the doorway is the door. Regardless, with all the pulleys, gears, cars, etc., I think that wheels come out on top. But then I put this question into ChatGPT and I got the following answer. It's challenging to provide an exact count of wheels and doors worldwide, as these are widespread components found in various objects and structures. However, if we consider common items and structures, there are likely more doors than wheels. Think about the number of doors in homes, buildings, vehicles, cabinets, etc. While wheels are prevalent in vehicles, machinery, and various forms of transportation, they might not be as numerous as doors in everyday life. Keep in mind that this is a general estimation and might vary depending on specific contexts and industries. I still think wheels. Also, quickly, my Adam Sandler Mount Rushmore. Again, this is just for me and doesn't include movies he starred in that aren't really Happy Madison, like Punch Drunk Love or Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. My Adam Sandler Mount Rushmore is Billy Madison, I quote it every day, Stop Looking at Me, Swan, or Pin Your Pants is Cool, I'm Miles Davis. The Wedding Singer, no explanation needed, perfect film, 10 out of 10, no notes. The Waterboy, Gatorade, had a big impact on me when I was a kid. And then Click, because I think Click is his best movie that balances the silly stuff and his heartfelt messages. Things that just missed the Mount Rushmore are Big Daddy, I love it, Sing the Kangaroo Song, and 50 First Dates. Anyway, back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Brian. Look at us pausing like good boys.
Good boys.
Good
with that good
boys.
edit point.
Oh man, look at us go.
Almost as if we're professionals. At
Almost
this.
as if
almost
we're
as if. Almost. We are just casually not quite there yet.
just need that Top Golf sponsorship, and we'll be there.
Top Golf, huh?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh, my dad would really appreciate that.
Yeah. But Top Golf is fun. They have nachos.
Top Golf is
Not
a
what
place.
we're talking about. We're talking about
YA dystopian movies / novels that get turned into movies.
I actually recently watched through the Hunger Games movies
Oh, you did?
again with
Oh.
Kimberly. That was like one of the movie franchises we watched while the baby was around. Like
The baby's not still around?
No, he's around. But when he was like fresh.
Oh, fresh out the oven?
Yeah, when it was like, oh my god, like what do we do?
With all this time?
Yeah, with like maternity leave era.
Ah,
You know?
yes.
Yeah.
The dog times.
No, they were actually much better. They were great. I
No, for
liked
me,
them.
Jay.
Oh yeah, because I was away.
Yes.
I want to have my sweet baby.
Yeah.
He's such a little cutie. I really love being a dad. Anyways, I will say this. I think the Hunger Games movies do not get enough. Like, I feel like we have all forgotten how good those movies are.
Okay.
Those are great flicks.
Okay.
You don't agree with me?
I never saw the third or fourth one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I never saw 3 and 4.
I would argue that the movies do the third book better than the third book does the third book.
Because the third book is
Not
straight garbage.
It's not great.
It sucks on a rope.
Yeah, my only issue with the third book movie wise is that I think splitting them up into 2 movies was kind of was a mistake.
Yeah, thanks, Harry Potter.
Thanks, Harry Potter. Yeah.
But that book was 700 pages.
Yes.
And had enough oomph in each one
Here's
to
the
do
thing.
to do the thing.
I mean, they had enough to do in those 2 movies for sure. But for me, it makes the third movie kind of not have a lot going on in it.
No.
But it does expand like District 13 in a fun way.
Okay.
And they world build with District 13 in a really fun way.
Sure.
But to me, I think when they split into 3 and 4, that third book, it made 4 that much better and action packed. But
Okay.
you kind of have to slog through the third movie a little bit. But I think the movies land the plane better than the books do.
Oh yeah, because that's the problem. When the first movie came out, I was like, oh, this was great. J-Law is fantastic.
She's
this
so
is-
good.
Hey, you know what? All the trilogies are done. I'll just read these. I don't mind. And they're like 200 to 300 pages.
Yeah,
Wow.
easy.
Right through them.
That second book is incrable.
The second book ends like especially
The
at
ending of the
at
second
the end
book?
is like,
Come
oh
on.
my god, surprise!
Didn't see it coming.
Nope.
Really didn't see it
Oh
coming.
yeah, so we were working the whole time to get you out of the thing because we're in District 13. Oh, this is gonna be and then the third book comes in and it's like, let's talk about propaganda.
Yeah.
And it's like it really.
But I think you also have an underlying issue with the third book that I think isn't necessarily fair.
Oh, that the ending is effing trash because it doesn't finish the story.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's the veritable wheels versus doors of our friendship. And for those of you out there who might be turning this podcast off immediately after about learning this news, Adam, really, if you actually cross your eyes and think about it for a second, you know that it to be true. Adam is Team Gale from Hunger Games.
Damn right.
When PETA is the best, but also if we are characters from a YA like a YA novel, you and I are Gale and PETA, so
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually having agency and coming up with plans to destroy the bad guys, it's not my fault my plans were used by an actual other bad guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, or you could just be, just
Manipulated by
Just-
by the bad guys the whole movie.
Just do your best to be a good person, and it usually works out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just I'm just gonna casually show up for the Hunger Games. Just a
you
casual
Hunger
Hunger
You
Games.
can complain about the
I get brainwashed by the bad guys. Just be a tool for the man. That's great.
You can complain about the third book of Hunger Games all you want, but I think compared to the other third books that we get in this space.
Oh, sure.
We are eating real good.
Well, here's the true issue for me personally. Besides the Gale versus Peeta, besides Rue, no, that's the girl from the first one.
Yeah.
The sister being killed.
Uh-huh.
At the end, it's like, oh my god, and just everyone just explodes. Like, wait, what? Is the Katniss goes into a fugue state for like the last 20 pages of the book.
Yeah.
And when at least for me, the interesting thing of like, we broke the system that was oppressing us. How do we build back a system that now works for all of us? That's what I really like.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like why like Star Wars, like, okay, New Rebellion or New Republic, like, what are you doing to like help govern? Like,
and if I'm
figuring
being
out the
honest,
systems.
everything we've seen about the Republic,
I know
it's just like
it's not that
a
great.
bunch of marks, just like, well, I guess.
But if they
we
actually,
control the
you know,
galaxy now.
but if they could tell an
in
interesting
our weird little
story,
beige outfits.
they could tell an interesting story of trying to build back.
Hey, fellas.
And I feel like the author decided to be like, I don't want to do that. Katniss is in and out of a coma for the next 20 pages as people kind of and then all of a sudden it's years later and she's with Peeta and Gale found somebody else. But like, no, man, the interesting part was like what happened right after. And you're just bypassing it to get to we're on a hill where lots of people died, but we have 3 kids, so everything's happy. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Lashy. I would highly recommend you watching book 3 or watching movie 3 and 4. I think you would actually like them. They streamline things for sure. Like in a way that gives her more agency.
That's because she deserved it.
They really do a nice. People rag on those movies. I think they're actually pretty darn good.
Okay.
And it also, the third movie was difficult to follow. You know what the fourth movie does that the third book did not achieve?
I don't know what.
They turned the capital into another Hunger Games.
Right.
They tried to achieve that in the book, but it never quite landed. In the movie, it's like, oh, this feels like Hunger Games again. Okay, great.
Yeah, because it's more like an obstacle course just to get to snow.
It makes it. They really do a nice job of like fleshing that out and making that feel. And like the Finnick stuff is like actually really
that
good.
He died. Like,
yeah,
it's just the worst.
Yeah,
especially after it comes to light. Like, oh, what happened to that guy? Is like, come on, man.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, it was a punk move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Katniss chooses like, oh yeah, no. I send everybody into a Hunger Games. Like, that's not.
No.
I
don't believe. I didn't.
That character choice.
I don't.
That doesn't sound. That doesn't
I
feel
don't
right.
believe that. I will say this: in the fourth movie, she has a look on her face that you're just like, I'm not sure what you're doing right now. She's like, no, like when she chooses that, it's like, is she just trying to see what coin will do?
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of like, I think, man, Jennifer Lawrence is really incredible. Like,
she's better than people give her credit for.
But I mean, like, again, I think
hasn't she won an Oscar? No, they gave her credit for stuff.
They have given her credit. Yeah, she tripped while moving up the stairs. She's America's sweetheart. Like, no, everyone loves her. She's amazing. I even saw that new romantic comedy with her.
Oh yeah,
it was actually quite funny.
Oh, that's great.
But I mean, I think Hunger Games is obviously the best one.
Well, it's the one that started all of this.
But there is a clear contender for a best book one out of all young adult.
Sure.
It's Maze Runner, Holmes.
Yes.
That first book kicks so hard and don't stop kicking.
It doesn't.
Maze Runner that first book is incredible. You love all the characters. You feel for all of them. It's like Lord of the Flies, but like better. It's just
because it has an obstacle.
Yes.
And a great mystery. What's going on with the maze? What are these machines? How can we figure out? Clearly, there's an answer here. There's an answer here somewhere.
And the answer pays off in a cool way.
Yes, it does.
And then it goes so far off the rails, so fast. It was like, oh, this is all an experiment. For what? Oh, this weird disease. Oh, and then at the end of the first book, you're like, that's enough. Okay. Wow. What? And then it's like, oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Because what do you do with, how do you replicate the, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We seem to have found ourselves in this corner that I've written myself in. How do
man.
Oh, no. I don't know how to get out of this corner. They have
Because
to
they're
get
trying
from
to
point
cure-
A to point B.
They're
then.
trying to cure a disease that they never fully explain. They're trying, and in a way, they
because solar flares
solar flares will get you. You better watch out.
Yeah, can wreck the Earth,
They'll
but
get you.
also cause a zombifying disease.
Yeah, man. And what frustrated me the most about about Maze Runner is that they truly never explained to me how the maze experiment is going to help this disease. They're like, well, this is all experiment so we could get, what was it called? Like the solar,
flare.
the flare.
Something like
Yeah.
the flare,
How did, what
yeah.
variables
Yeah.
were in your experiment that were helping us solve the flare?
The only thing.
How does that even track?
The only thing that either I composited it myself to make up my own reason, or there was just a couple, was that they were trying to scan the brains of these teenagers, and somehow by them being able to solve the puzzle in front of them would allow them to decode some type of chemical in their brain that would ultimately lead to the. Guess what? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's for nothing. All of it is for nothing. They
Yeah.
never solve.
No.
They never come up with a cure.
It's the worst ending of any
It's-
YA of all of them. Divergent
yes.
gets close.
Divergent's.
Divergent suffers from being so convoluted
Yes.
that it's hard to understand really what's going on
Because
because there's too many characters.
It's a different convolution than Maze Runner.
Yeah.
Because Maze Runner had okay, we're in a weird situation. How do we figure out this mystery that we find ourselves in?
Yeah.
Cool. Divergent was, why is this society set up like this?
Yeah.
This doesn't. What? Because in Hunger Games, everyone's it's different states, with this
Yeah.
makes sense. There's a capital. I understand why a society would be structured like this.
Yes.
Because the people in power wanted it that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. But
humans can be cruel.
oh, absolutely.
We can get behind that.
That's an easy sell.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Divergent,
That's why we have the casual purge, so everyone can get worked that out.
in Divergent is just why is Chicago divvied up into different ways people just are? I don't.
But divergents are what we're supposed to be attaining here.
But that
But
just
then
means
the
you
people
have
in
all your feelings.
bro.
Wait, what? This sounds
Divergent to me felt like The Giver with guns.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know The Giver.
Oh, it's actually not bad. It's not bad. It's a little bit more. It skews even a little younger than YA.
Oh, really?
But I think The Giver is where YA kind of started.
Oh,
I would argue that The Lottery even that was a book that people read and was oh, interesting, and then it went from there. I don't know. But yeah, man, I can't. Maze Runner, the third Maze Runner book, I read as a bit because one of my roommates and I were reading Maze Runner at the same time, but he was reading much faster than I was, and I made it to the end of the second book, and I was like, "Yo, this sucks." And my roommate goes, "Yo, the third one's even worse." And I was like, "Well, let's go."
how bad could it possibly be?
Could it possibly be? The ending of I started it as a bit, and I went in it with a good humor, knowing it was going to tank.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending made me so upset that I literally got rid of my copies of the book.
Wow.
I was even going in with as a bit, knowing it was going to be bad. The ending infuriated me so much that I felt like I had wasted my time.
Yes. Yeah. Clearly, you had an idea for a very good first book.
Yeah.
But then you had nothing after that. You were
Nothing.
just I made the flare, go from point A to point B, get the cure, just go through the store and betrayal, and just start
feel like
over. Just start all of
just
society
start
over
over.
on an island somewhere, I don't know where. You just got pushed through the magical door that just was, I don't remember that technology being anywhere in any of the other books, but no, Wicked's got just door
And
tech.
how does a maze experiment lead to all of this? What about the maze experiment helps this? What?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
either.
think we can do better.
I think we
and I
can
think we
do better,
shall.
and we will do better.
What's
Jake.
our book called again?
So our no, it's not the book. It's our trilogy.
It's our trilogy.
The
I'm so sorry.
trilogy?
I'm so sorry.
Get your vernacular right, Jay.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
And get
I'm
that D6 ready. Get that
Okay.
get it warmed up.
All right.
We are about to embark upon coming up on the spot the Midnight Enigma
The
trilogy.
Midnight Enigma. Oh baby.
Of
Oh baby.
movies. We're starting from scratch here.
Okay.
All right. So, just with the title alone,
Okay.
the Midnight Enigma.
Cool.
We don't. So the first role. I'll tell you the title of the first role.
Okay.
The first category for the first role is the protagonist's special thing.
Okay.
So that is all we don't. And I'll tell you all of them after we're done rolling
Great.
them. But we just got to figure out what is their special thing.
What makes our protagonist special in the first movie of the Midnight Enigma?
4?
That's another 4. I've been
All right.
literally I've been rolling 4s all day.
Oh, okay. This is great. The protagonist has the strongest will and is the bravest of anybody.
Okay.
Our protagonist does not stop.
Our protagonist doesn't. All I will say is the concept of the Midnight Enigma makes me think of like an Enigma machine,
Okay.
and like it makes me think of like I think we're dealing with the concept of similar to the Wheel of Time.
okay.
I feel like we're dealing with a world in which fate, a world in which fate is like there's almost like a steampunk-esque Enigma machine.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Like the concept of, let's say that like the gears turn and the fates decide. Like that's a thing they say sometimes.
Okay.
And I feel like we exist in a world in which people are, the concept of like a strong will allows you to influence your destiny
Okay.
in a way, and we're dealing with a world here that like that has been beaten down.
Well, we don't. That's one of the categories coming
Oh,
up.
okay,
of
okay,
what,
okay,
of
okay,
what
okay,
happened.
okay, okay,
What
okay.
what happened to the world?
What happened to the world?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That
I
category is
think-
coming up.
I think what is special about our protagonist, what are we going to call him?
Guy or girl?
Guy or girl? You know what? Let's roll.
Sure. So
Even boy, odd girl.
okay. Boy.
Boy.
With a 6.
With a 6.
Okay. We gotta come up with a good name.
We got to come up with a good name, and it's got to be kind of weird.
It's got to be a little weird, like kind of like Star Wars, like weird spelling of a name.
Yeah.
Okay. But this kid's got a strong will and is really brave. Brave. And I'm choosing to be brave as like Green Lantern type.
No, that's exactly
And
where my head's
overcoming
going to.
fear.
Overcoming fear. Yeah.
So it's not that he doesn't have fear. It's just he's able to work himself through that fear to be able to do the things other people won't do. So he's got strong will. What's a good
I think his name is Shard.
Shard?
Shard.
Okay.
His name is Shard. Not like charred like the greens. I'm saying shard, like a shard of glass.
Yep. Okay.
His name is Shard. What's the last name?
Shard. Ooh, first thought was granite, but that's too close.
Shard granite.
That's not right. That's not quite right.
Okay, well let's live in granite for a second.
Okay.
Like shard, like granite or like some kind of stone, or like some kind of earth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking something like earth-based, rock-based.
Like Terra. I think shard Terra something.
Oh,
Because that's like earth. Terra.
it is. That's right.
Well, okay.
Oh,
We could also create a world here in which like last names are kind of weird.
sure.
You know, that's also kind of in there.
Yeah, it's always. In
I
there.
think okay. I think his name is Shard, one with Terra.
Oh,
Like one with Terra,
sure.
like one with the earth.
Okay.
And so he's like part of like you know, if we're breaking this up into elements until the Fire Nation attacks.
Till the Fire Nation attacks.
Yeah, his name is Shard, one with Terra.
Which
And
means that he's probably like his father's probably like a pottery guy or something like that.
Yes,
He's probably
yes.
like from
his father is a potter because his name is Shard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Yeah, that's great. His father is a potter, and I think his strong will and his he has a strong enough will to kind of influence his destiny, but he has to learn how to control it, because if you are a strong enough will to control your destiny, you can influence other people's into destinies that may not be their own.
Oh.
And so he has to overcome the fear of using this ability because it might hurt those that he loves.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Because the gears of the Enigma are very fickle. And so in order to if you can't control if you can't control the outcome of your own destiny, you can also wiggle other people out. Okay, great.
Okay. So now we know who our main character is. Shard won with Terra. Now it's time for the primary relationship drama. Oh, awesome! Before we get to the next part, this was the other protagonist special things. Let me mark down, because Brian I can mark a winner. So the other ones were is the protagonist is a secret healer.
Okay.
The protagonist is a chosen one, and then we'd fit that into somewhere.
Absolutely.
The protagonist is the only person who can dream. Whoa, that's a neat one.
That's heavy.
The protagonist is related to somebody important within the story, or the protagonist is connected to something deeper than themselves, however that fits.
Oh, interesting.
I think we got a good one.
Yeah, I'm happy with the one we got.
Okay, the next one. The primary relationship drama.
Okay.
So there's like the love triangle, parental issues, sibling stuff.
4! Yahtzee! We've gotten a 4 for every single one of these.
Okay, Shard is in a long-distance relationship.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's clearly like another town somewhere where he has maybe a childhood friend that he still writes.
A long distance. Well, I liked what I mean. Okay.
That this will start him on his journey because he wants to get to his friend.
My head is in the headspace.
Okay.
This concept of like our steampunk Wheel of Time vibe. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of Loki here.
Oh.
I think they're the gears, the Enigma gears of fate is a full on construct that is something that like maintains our like their timeline.
Sure. Okay.
And it's a large structure and it's a large complex. I think Shard is in a long distance relationship with someone that works there.
At the factory or at the machine?
Let's just call it the Enigma.
Okay. Who tends to the machine?
Or just works like it's just a worker bee in this huge complex.
Okay.
And it's maybe now the question is it a good thing to work there? Or is it like the kind of thing where like in order to properly work there, do you want to take a sec?
Not yet.
Okay.
In order to work there.
Like, is it the kind of thing where like the only way you can work there is if like you don't really have a future?
It's like the machine has already determined that.
The machine has already determined that like you're just gonna work and die at the Enigma.
Whoa.
So like it's kind of a bad place to go.
Yikes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he's like worried about, let's say, his older brother.
Okay.
Does that technically constitute as a long distance relationship?
That's not what I would define it as.
Okay, well no,
Long distance relationships are usually romantic in general.
Okay.
Or at least attempting to be.
Okay. So it's like his like childhood crush, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Like they grew up together. They're not really an item, but like
there was a spark of something when they were younger,
Yes.
but then they got pulled into the machine.
Yeah.
They were told that, oh, well, you work at the machine.
Yeah,
And
you work
everyone
at
knows
the
what that
Enigma.
means.
You work at the Enigma, and that's just what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the TVA, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Now that more explained, I'm like, oh yeah, like just kind of like you don't really have a future
Mm-hmm.
or a past for that matter.
The other primary relationship stuff that was in here was mother-daughter issues, sibling issues, a love triangle, father-son issues, or father-daughter issues. Well, basically the normal stuff. Okay, so his childhood crush, who may or may not have been able to have a relationship with him at some point, got pulled into the Enigma.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe she is writing
something's weird about like her
She
writing back and
notices
forth.
something about the machine
Yeah.
that's giving Shard be able to put a couple things together
Yes.
to maybe wait a second. I need to get you out of there,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna force destiny to make sure you have a future, because everyone
Yes.
knows that anyone who works at the Enigma doesn't,
Yes. Absolutely.
and I want to give you a chance at the future.
Yeah.
So he's got to save it from the machine.
But he also doesn't know how to control his abilities. So he's got to.
At this point, I think he doesn't even realize it's an ability. He's a Shard just doing his thing, and he just wants to get something done.
Yeah. And they're not. I think he's not quite sure why people are trying to fight him on that.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's like
he
no,
doesn't
you
really
you know you're
realize.
slotting. Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, like Krypton. No, you were born a soldier. You're gonna be a soldier. No, you're
Yeah.
born a farmer. You're born a scientist. That's your role.
Yeah.
It was like, and it's like no, I want to, we birth things off of giant machines and egg sacs. Like no, we want to do it the normal way.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Jor-El.
Get
You're
outta
creepy
here,
guy.
You weirdo.
Yeah, weird guy. Okay. So I think that's a really good thing.
I think we're
So far,
off
so
to-
good.
We're off to
yeah.
the races.
Okay, now for the world.
Okay.
What happened to the world in order to set up this Enigma machine is now the
Yes.
thing that has
Absolutely.
this whole thing that's
Okay.
holding society together.
If I roll a 4, I swear to God.
A
2.
2. Oh, this works.
Okay.
A spirit realm is starting to merge with Earth.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So maybe the little Dresden rules, like it started as the spirit world was kind of entering into our same time space. Technology was starting to go a little bit haywire, and steampunk was the highest level of tech we could.
I think maybe this is the spirit world. It's basically the reason that the Enigma machine had to be built was because this planet, this reality was starting to shift into other planes of reality.
Okay.
And happened to be shifting into a reality in which was basically just populated by like evil spirits.
Oh, okay.
And so in order to keep the Enigma machine going,
Mm-hmm.
the Enigma machine maintains the like, and that's why most people don't enforce their will at all on what happens to
They
them.
just go with what the
because
machine says.
they don't want to. They know that if the Enigma machine stops, this other realm is going to come through and destroy their realm of reality.
Oh boy. Okay.
You know what I
So
mean?
Shard actually just trying to do his own thing actually threatens.
That's why everyone's trying to stop him, because it's like, hey, you really can't break out of this, because if you do, like, you don't
We're all screwed.
You don't understand.
What's at stake?
Yeah.
Society's hanging on by a thread.
Yes, this is good. This is
The
good.
only thing standing between us and annihilation is the machine.
And him trying to get to the Enigma to save his like long lost, crush could actually has serious ramifications. Okay. Yeah. What's we never established what her or his name is. We're rolling it.
Sure.
We're rolling it.
Same as before. Evens.
Evens
male.
guys, odds girls.
It's a guy.
All right.
Great.
Great. We're gonna call him. Well, no,
Well,
my brain went because my brain goes, I want to expand on the one with Tara aspect.
Sure. So Larry.
Sure. First thought, best thought.
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah. No, it's spelled LAR'.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's
Why?
gotta. You can't
No.
it can't be right across the plate. It's gotta be Larry.
No. No. That was a joke.
No.
I don't know. That's not serious. I'm above table. No. That was just a joke.
Let's
for
say
everybody.
Larent.
Oh, I like Larent.
Larent.
That's cool.
Let's say it's Larent.
Something water based.
I was thinking water. Larent.
Larent, Servant of Tides.
Servantide?
Servant Tide. Yes.
Larent Servantide.
Then that's like what the water people are called.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know how elements have fit in.
Well, it's
but-
the spirit realm. So, like,
Yeah. It's
the elements are big in the spirit realm.
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So society is holding on by a thread
Larent
because
Servant Tide is Shard's long lost crush.
Mhm.
Okay.
they're inseparable as kids.
Great.
Yeah.
And the spirit realm is slowly encroaching and is slowly merging with our dimension.
And the only thing keeping, and this is, I would, now I don't know, the next thing, by the way, is the hook of,
Okay.
so we're still stuff, so yeah, this is
Oh
great.
no, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
might be getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I don't know. This is all working
I know,
together,
we're,
man.
we're crushing it. Oh, by the way, before we roll the next one, the other things that were in that category
Okay.
was Earth is not habitable due to pollution, and humans are colonizing the rest of the solar system.
Oh, that's fun.
That's pretty cool. An asteroid has hit Earth, ruining the atmosphere, devastating the population,
Okay.
and all the infrastructure of the world. A genetic plague took out 60% of the Earth's population. A natural disasters are out of control, so everyone lives in large groups in safe spaces based on their geographical location.
Okay.
And a prophecy predicts the end of the world, and humanity is preparing for it. Oh, that's pretty neat too.
And that would have fit really well with what we're doing. Great. What?
Okay, so the next thing is the hook.
Yeah.
This is so we got the world, but now here's what the story's like. Even though I feel like we've pretty come up with our own decent hook so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully this will probably amplify what we've already come up
I
with.
love it. I love it.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. 4. 4's all around, baby.
Okay.
Just hit me.
Okay.
We can make it work.
There's a cursed academy for teenagers with a labyrinth in the middle that is always the final end of year test.
No, dude. Okay, that we can make that work. Here's
Okay.
how we can make that work.
Okay.
Here's how we can make that work.
Okay.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Chaser. Okay.
All right. So Shard's trying to get.
So
Larent.
Shard is, Larent is sent to the Enigma machine,
Right.
but Shard is sent to. They realize what he's capable of from a strength of will,
He's been a willful child.
and he has his special ability to basically build his own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Oh, wait a second. What if? Oh. Okay. So since the Enigma machine is like can tell, like knows the people's future.
yes.
That's why Larent was pulled out of school and
Yes.
sent to the work at the machine.
Yes.
Shards wasn't been able to be read by the machine.
So he is sent to this special school.
Yes, because the machine can't read him.
Yes. So he is what's called a Fatewalker.
Ooh. Okay.
And so he goes to this special academy for people to be able to control their will and to be able to build their own destiny, because they are important to the Enigma machine
Okay.
in ways we don't fully understand or explain.
Okay.
But again, like we talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like for them to be able to build their own destiny while also not throwing anyone else off of theirs.
Okay.
So they'll be able to wield their will.
Okay.
And I think that just for funsies' sake,
Mm-hmm.
I think that also means that they have some kind of telekinetic powers.
Okay. Well, my thought was with this labyrinth in the middle as the the end of year test. The trick to that labyrinth is that you have to force the labyrinth to let you out.
I think it's the labyrinth has no exit
Yes,
unless you make it. Yes.
You can be wandering forever.
I just got goosebumps. Yes.
That's the trick
he
to it.
realizes that he has to bend the labyrinth to his own will.
Yes.
In order to get himself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We basically just weaponized Oprah's The Secret. Is basically yeah, but I think they have some kind of like their will, their will manifests obviously from the morphin grid.
Jay,
That's
that
just
was
how it
that
works.
was a given. We didn't have to roll for that.
It
Clearly
it comes from the morphin grid. But Their will also has the ability to manifest in like with like psychic abilities.
Sure. And Shard has to get out of the school so he can get to Larent.
Yeah.
And get him out of there.
And I don't think it goes well, but I think we get to meet like a ragtag group of characters.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, this school is also, I would think, trying to do their best to either have them control it or they control them.
Neutralize them.
Yes.
Yes.
If you don't pass your test, you're turning into eels and you're going in this little pond.
I love this.
You just got air Tuzed.
Okay, great. I think he's trying to get out of this school.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. I think this is good enough for a full movie.
Sure. That's the hook. Here comes the wild card of the first story.
Okay, great. Because that's the thing. My brain is starting to think of like hooks and wild cards, and I'm realizing that doesn't necessarily play.
Brian already thought about it.
Yeah, man, we're running too fast for this. Okay.
Here are the other hooks real quick before we move on to the next category. Multiple islands are used to house the youths of the society.
Yeah.
Dreams are treated as real future.
Oh, okay.
That would have helped for us a lot.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Community members have a history of disappearing the day after their birthdays. They return with no memories of the missing time. Ooh. Everyone in society has a different level of memory loss, and genetics of the youth are being modified for the other ones. But I think we nailed ours. Okay, the next category is the wild card. This is probably what's going to go on in the two. Okay. The antagonist is related to one of the main protagonist's characters.
Wait, one more time?
The antagonist is related to one of the main protagonist's characters.
We don't have an antagonist yet.
We don't have an antagonist yet. We don't know. We don't have anyone trying to stand in the way of Shard getting out of the school and getting to Larent.
Okay. I think we come back to this then.
Okay.
Because I think maybe something else will present us with...
Well, here's the thing. The next category is the plot twist that happens at the end of the first movie.
And I think we might get... I think from this plot twist, we might be able to work backwards and get ourselves an antagonist.
Okay.
Do you know
Because
what
at the
I'm saying?
moment, the antagonist is the society.
Sure.
The Enigma machine itself.
But we can't necessarily fulfill that yet. I don't think.
Sure.
I think we need to move on. I think we need to roll the next one, and then we can work our way backwards.
Okay. So real quick, the other wild cards then are.
I know you don't like that.
No, it's okay. Let me just make sure. I just mark it. I like to work forward, but okay. I mark that as the winner.
Good. I will be checking your work afterwards.
See that you do. A teenager is number 4. Okay, good. Boop. Oh, that's 5. There we go. Thank you, Brian, for letting me be able to check things. Okay. The other wild cards. The protagonist is a twin. Magic is treated as a myth.
Okay.
You need to have a character named Franklin.
That's a good wild card.
What
do you get when you gobble down sweets?
Money is bottle caps.
Okay.
Someone's been playing Fallout.
Yeah.
And you have to start with a mysterious prologue scene at a zoo.
Oh, okay.
I think we did good. We did good that category. Okay. So since we're leaving the antagonist TBD at the moment. Okay. So the plot twist at the end of movie 1 is roll the dice. Oh, big O nat 1.
Nat 1, baby.
The protagonist has a stolen identity.
Okay. The protagonist has a stolen identity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we learn I think what the overall like struggle of this movie is that Shard is desperately trying to get out of this academy.
Okay.
Shard having to, when we meet all of his fun cast of like of school characters, and we get some other ones. We don't have time to write those right now.
No,
but we could.
We could if we had time.
In order to, he realizes that like something is going down at the Enigma and wants to save Larent. But in order to do so, he has to graduate from this school. But it seems like everything about what's happening with him is rigged in order for him to not be able to graduate.
Right. They're trying to keep him to, they don't want him to pass.
And we find out, it could be that he's related to the antagonist.
Yes.
I think the Enigma and like the general overall concept of this is that there was like we're dealing with a world that at one point had a rebellion that wanted the spirit world to merge, wanted to just like let it happen.
Okay. As like a natural occurrence.
And they're viewed as like they're like the we'll call them the Shadow fans. They're big fans of the Shadow. Sure.
Okay.
And we come to find out that the reason that his powers are off the charts, but the reason they're trying to like get him to fail out of the school, and the reason why the headmaster hates him so much, is that his father is not actually his father. His father was the leader of the Shadow fans.
Okay.
That was staging this rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
And Shard affects the labyrinth so much that he basically, instead of leaving the school, he moves the labyrinth in such a way that he makes his way to like the archives to learn this secret. So the whole time there's like little like bits and pieces of, and that's why Larence's messages are weird, because Larence's at the Enigma machine and knows something's wrong with his destiny. And so Laren is sending code in the letters that lead him into the mystery of him trying to uncover, and what he inevitably uncovers is that his actual father is the leader of the Shadow fan group.
Okay.
And the twist being like in the prophecy, he makes his way to the prophecy room there, and the twist is that his prophecy is to fulfill his father's dream of destroying the Enigma.
So his stolen identity is that his father is who now? Not the Shadow fan, the one who raised him.
It was just someone like he raised him because he was told.
And that's
to.
the stolen identity.
Yes. And so like whenever they're like in school and they learn about, I think like a lot of it is like, you know, fulfilling your prophecy as a Fatewalker. And something always felt off about his prophecy because it wasn't actually his.
Right. Because everyone looks down on the Fatewalkers.
Yeah.
Because
right?
they could ruin reality.
They could ruin reality. So they want them to do, so they like really don't want him to live up to his prophecy, but that's why lots of weird stuff is happening at the school, because he's not fate walking.
Okay, so the antagonist is related to the main protagonist character. So the antagonist is
that's what I'm saying.
Is a school
Well,
headmaster?
I'm just getting a little bit fast and loose here.
Okay.
We don't need to be exactly letter of the law, spirit of the law.
Sure.
I'm saying our character is related to quote unquote the antagonist.
Oh, the quote-unquote antagonist.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I mean, granted, I don't know how this is going,
see
and
what
I think
you're saying.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what I mean. That's his stolen identity.
And everyone knows the leader of the Shadow fans, and
Yeah.
but it turns out you're actually Darth Vader's son.
Yes.
But he's a bad guy.
Right?
But no, maybe he's not.
But his act, and he
But
finds
maybe he's not.
he moves
But maybe
the,
he's
he
not.
moves the labyrinth in order to get his actual prophecy,
Mm-hmm.
and finds out that he is not who he thinks he is.
Mm-hmm. His dad's not
Or
his
he
dad.
sees the face in the prophecy that he's been working with, and it's not his. What's my prophecy? It's like, it's too dangerous.
That's why the Enigma machine could never find him, because he's under the wrong name.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Bum bum
Yes.
bum.
This is so fun.
So he gets out of the school. Right? Does he get out of school at the end? Because we're now to the next movie. So does he get out of the school?
I think he bails on school in order to find, because Laren obviously knows something, and so he
So he doesn't pass, but he's able to will himself out of this academy.
Yes.
Against everyone's wishes.
Yeah.
And now the movie ends with him being like, everyone's like, stop! Rah, 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 rah! And
And I also want to,
wills the door behind him.
I
Is
have
like,
to find my real dad and figure out what's going on.
and he just walks. And it's just brightly lit, right? It's just white. And
Yeah.
it's a white out because he walks into the light.
Hell yeah.
Into the first movie.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Gotta find his dad. Gotta free Laren.
Yes.
Okay. So here, okay. So now we're starting movie 2 of the Midnight Enigma trilogy.
Loving it.
Do we need to have a name for our first movie in the?
We don't have time.
We don't have time.
We're
moving on. Moving on.
We're an hour 15.
New character for the second movie. Roll the dice. Who we got? A new character.
1.
A new love interest to woo the main character.
All right. Craig.
Craig. How do you spell it?
Or
though?
I mean, he could be. You know, I mean, Shark could be
yes,
bi.
yes,
Let's do.
He's not.
No, he is not.
He is not. That is a substantial 6.
Yeah.
All right. New love interest. What is this person? What is this guy's name?
Craig.
It's Craig. How do you spell Craig?
Craig.
With like an umlaut somewhere in there, and with a K.
It is KRAYIG.
Why? Oh wow.
Craig.
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 It's Craig.
Yeah. His name's Craig.
Craig. Okay. What is the? Oh, here's the other new characters. By the way, BT Dubs. It's a pair of creepy twins. Half person, half animal sidekick. Bad guy turned good. A grizzled old veteran of a past war giving out advice. Or Justice Winslow, formerly of the Portland Trailblazers. He underwent season-ending surgery on his ankle. Oh, in March of of this year. Oh. Sorry, Justice. Okay, so
Thanks, Brian, for
new.
bringing it down.
Yeah, bring down the vibe there. So Craig, Shard's gonna meet Craig.
Okay,
in this movie.
Here's what I think. Who I think Craig is.
Okay.
I think Craig, once they're in the wilderness making their way to the Enigma, I think Craig is a part of a tribe that specifically tries to embrace this shadow dimension. And like,
he's one of the shadow fans.
No, I don't think he's a shadow fan.
Oh,
I think they are a tribe that like believes in like harmony between these two dimensions.
oh yes.
And like existing like not necessarily in the same plane but like close to one another. And so like he can talk to the shadows.
Peaceful coexistence.
Yeah. And he gets him like special like shadow powers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we have a new location for the second movie.
All right.
I need you to roll you.
Okay.
I need
Well,
you to
then
roll.
we'll work backwards.
Another
Another 1. Hit me.
A special bathroom.
A special bathroom. What?
That's from the second Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets.
Oh.
Special bathroom.
That's kind of a dead end. That's lame.
Jay would like to use his one
so it
new
says-
location, a special
okay,
bathroom.
A new location.
Yes,
Okay,
a new location.
So it doesn't have to. The whole thing doesn't have to take place there.
No, it's just a new location that's in the second movie here.
A special bathroom.
I mean, would you like to use a luck point and re-roll that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Bri.
Jay glows
5.
and rolls a 5. The ocean.
The ocean. Yes.
That works because
Yeah.
that's where Larent's from.
They go to the ocean to get an idea of where Larent might be in the Enigma, because I think the Enigma's
Massive.
the Enigma's huge. I think
Yeah.
it's like a whole country.
Oh,
or like Vatican on a much larger scale.
Yeah, it's like a mountain.
It's like a huge. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a huge thing.
Yeah.
So
like
I
a
think,
Mount Fuji type of thing. Like the steampunk city is built around this
But I
massive
think-
complex.
I think Craig.
Craig.
I think his people they're boat people. They live on the sea.
Not boats.
Not boats.
Oh, okay, yeah. This
Yeah.
could be like a friend of Larent's from
Yeah.
a friend of his family.
They're
When Shard shows up and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to free your son Larent," and like he was a friend of mine as a kid. I'm like, "Oh, blah blah blah."
Craig free tide as opposed to servant of the tide.
Yes.
The free tide people are the ones that They basically they follow the like where the
ebb and flow of the
ebb
spirit
and flow
realm.
of the spirit realm across the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, great.
Sorry, man, bathroom wasn't it, Bri.
Sorry,
I love
Bri.
you.
I see you.
We could have gone to Narnia. We could have gone completely nuts.
Well, here are the other special new locations for the second movie: a barn with a trap door, the moon, an abandoned movie set, or an underground lab.
Okay.
But the ocean totally works for what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Shard shows up to the ocean to get intel on Larence from his family. He meets Craig. There's definitely a little spark there as he's learning a little bit more about he now knows between the Shadow fans, who his dad is the leader of. They like clearly want the Shadow world or the spirit world to absorb. To I guess our reality.
And he wants to know what his own prophecy is, and clearly, and it's not there. It's been taken to the Enigma.
Because we now this is so Craig and the Free Tides people that's that third way. He came from the society of people like trying to just hold to what we have, the status quo of what we have. We got to stay where we are. His dad apparently is the bad guy who just wants the Shadow or the spirit realm to just absorb and be this fine. And the Free Tide people, Craig's people, are trying to like figure out coexistence. So it's that
or a middle ground.
And everyone, I was thinking we're almost at the plot twist of movie 2 here. So at this point, I would think the antagonistic force of the people from the town or the headmaster are still hunting him because no one's ever just done that before.
Yeah, and they also know. I mean, this is retconning stuff, but I think that there's he's trying to find his dad because he wants to know where he came from, but he also knows that like he probably would be someone that would help him be able to get his prophecy, and his prophecy is and we find out from Laird that the prophecy is at the Enigma, and we don't know why. So yeah, I think he's being chased by people from the school, but I also think there are also Shadow fans there that for some reason don't want him finding his dad, or thinks he's just part of the school and part of the status quo, and so they want to take him out anyways.
Yeah, he can unravel everyone's plans.
Yeah, and so with the power of Craig
and by his side,
he utilizes like the shadow powers in order to like fight as well.
Which leads us to the plot twist of movie 2.
Yes,
we need to roll for plot twist.
Yes,
a 3.
Ooh, an odd number finally.
Okay, part or all of what they experienced was a simulation.
I mean, it's interesting. It could this second book could very well be
He never left the labyrinth.
But when he finally makes his way out of the labyrinth, we realize it was not necessarily out of his control. It wasn't someone input, like it wasn't someone like
it was a simulation of his own making.
Yes. I think it's the kind of thing where it's like, hey, these are all things that are like.
He asked the questions in the archive. He was trying to figure out what
all of this was all of this information was technically real and technically happened.
Mm-hmm.
His body is still in the labyrinth, but he willed and projected his spirit. So everything actually happened, but he was just astral projecting his own will out into the world.
He did walk out into a white room at the beginning of the end of the first movie.
Yes, and that's another reason why he's dangerous. Because his will is so strong that he can astral project his own destiny.
Because at a certain point, he's in he fights or something, and he gets in a fight, and it looks like he's about to die, and then all of a sudden the blade just goes through him.
Yes.
What? Oh no. Yep. And then we're like, oh.
Yeah, I think he finds his dad and finds the information he needs to get his prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
But then but the twist being his dad tries to murder him, but he's not actually there.
Yep.
That's good.
That's good.
We're good at this.
We are very good at this.
We're good at this.
Here are the other plot twists from movie 2. The main character is sacrificed. Whoa! Something the character thought was true about the world is not true.
Okay.
One of your characters develops powers. a tangible item that was mentioned in passing earlier in the story comes back to be super important to the plot, and they find a map leading them to some sort of treasure.
Okay.
I think we did a really good job with what we were given.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that, actually.
Okay.
I think that's really fun.
So it turns out he never left the labyrinth. He's still at the school.
Still at the school.
But everyone outside of it, the forces outside, know where he is, which is still close to the town, which is close to the Enigma machine where he still needs to go.
He knows where his prophecy is now.
He's got to go to the machine.
And clearly something's been happening with the writings from Laurent, that something is happening to them. And he knows he has to go to the Enigma machine.
Time's running out.
Yeah.
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 So it's the Midnight Enigma.
The Midnight Enigma.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Movie 3.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of a time jump here.
Awesome.
We're going to find out what that time jump is when Jay rolls the dice.
6.
Uh-oh. Okay. It takes place parallel to movies 1 and 2.
The third one?
This is a parallax. I'm going to say, to make this work, only part of it. It will start in parallax before it ramps up into getting Shard back as the main character.
Oh.
So we have to follow these for the first act here. We need to follow somebody else.
Okay.
That with events going on that leads up to presumably Shard getting out of the school.
I think that we focus on Laurent then.
I think we do. I think we absolutely do.
And we find out more about the Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
We find out more about what's going on there. And we find out about, like, it could be interesting to know about, like, the rigid adherence to, like, what everyone's prophecy is, and what that looks like, and what's going on with Laurent at the Enigma while all of this is going down. And I think we're finding out. I think we find out through this. I think this is like kind of the first act.
Mm-hmm. So I think we only have one more thing left to do, which is the ending plot point. So I think we need to go back real quick and retcon some of the, not retcon, but like add some more details to the second book or second movie. In that, when Shard's out there astral projecting and finding all this information, it's also information getting out to the bad guys. I think is like actual dad. Like things are about to go down. This prophecy, him creating his own prophecy, is going to be foretold or is going to come to pass soon. So everyone is going to, even though he's not technically not there, everyone's starting to converge on the Enigma machine. So everyone's making their way back into town.
And so he's seeing like forces appear outside the Enigma, and like stuff's kind of
so as we start on movie 3, and we're starting with Laurent inside the Enigma machine, seeing what he sees, how it works, the inner workings, how like some people's destinies are, how things are determined.
The last letter that we get that Shard gets from Laurent is something that Laurent wrote after he got his quote unquote like prophecy of the day, and it's like, in his directions of the day are die defending the Enigma. And so he writes kind of a panicked letter. It's like, you need to get here now. I think I have. We got to roll this twist.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of the first part of the movie, and we find out why it's so urgent.
Because we never see the letter at the beginning.
Because we never see the letter.
We just see his reaction.
We just see him freak out.
And then we'll get it. That pays off in the third movie.
Yes.
The other time jumps were directly follows the second movie, 10 years later, 1 year later, 100 years later. Jesus. Or it's a prequel to the first movie. Brian, how in God's name would you make the third movie a trilogy a prequel?
Some of these feel like traps or jokes.
Brian,
how dare
you're
you?
laying trap cards.
We're really
for us?
taking this very
We're
seriously.
doing a very
over
good
here.
job. All right, so I guess with all the forces knowing that it's going to end at the Enigma machine, and the spirit world is either going to live in harmony, be held back, or take over entirely.
Yeah.
Everyone heads to the Enigma machine. Here, roll for the ending plot point.
5.
Somebody who you thought was dead comes back alive to help fight.
Okay. I think it become this third movie.
And I also, by the way, always love that.
I think
I always love that. I love that trope.
I think Laurent gets murdered defending the Enigma.
like his destiny
at the beginning of like the end of Act 1.
Yes.
He gets his note. He realizes. Then we see him get called up, and he is.
And I think, Shard eventually makes his way for the power of the
Fatewalkers.
of the Free Tides, makes his way there, makes his way into to like the heart of the Enigma, and uses like the labyrinth powers to kind of like just kind of build his way there. And yeah, and I think he accesses like the heart of the Enigma, and has the ability to bring Laird back.
And just says no.
And I think, okay, here's how I want, like.
This might be crazy, and we
Hit me.
can say no to this.
Hit me. I love it.
What if time works differently inside the Enigma machine?
Okay, yeah.
Because that's like where fate and destiny and all things are. So like time slows down, time is sped up. Some type of like it's not like it's almost like the TVA where it just is. There is no when. It's a current state of here, now.
Yeah.
So like all these events are happening, but it's still like, So like when Laird gets the sees the prophecy, die defending the Enigma machine, he's able to send that message, and so it's not. By the time everyone gets there, what have you, his death is not all that far. It wasn't like the days it took story wise to get there.
I think we find out at the twist at the end of this movie series, we find out that the Enigma is actually the machine that is creating the Enigma creates a lot of power, and it's like a source of like great prosperity to this world. But it is the thing that is actually creating this second dimension, this shadow dimension, and it is like perpetuating it. And they have also found ways to like imprison people there, and like they are reaping the benefits of creating this like spooky shadow realm.
Like a phantom zone.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a little prison dimension that they've like developed, and so like the majority of the people helping are like prisoners there, and so it's not the thing keeping the dimensions from splitting. And I think at the end of this movie, or like at the twist of this movie is that when Shard, one with Terra, goes into the heart of the Enigma, he finds that his prophecy is being used to power the Enigma.
Yeah.
But his prophecy is that he will destroy the Enigma. And so it's the paradox of the Enigma existing and running on the prophecy that it will be destroyed that is like powering everything.
Whoa.
And so him living up to his prophecy and destroying the Enigma is like it's kind of like a weird like cyclical thing.
Like the Matrix.
Yes. I'm not sure how that affects anything, but that's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where my head was going too. Like the Enigma machine is actually a prison for other Fatewalkers, and it's using them as a power source.
Yes.
To read the lines of fate for people. And in order to keep things status quo and to keep things as they were, they need to keep feeding it Fatewalkers.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, I think that's better. It's like they just need to keep it like feeding Fatewalkers to it in order to like, or they like burn them out. They like kind of hook them up to this thing and kind of burn them out. But they can't be too powerful or they'll overload the machine. So that's why and he finds his prophecy locked up there, that his prophecy is to destroy the Enigma, and does so.
Or if it's because his will is the strongest and he is the bravest, and to be able to overcome fear, the reason why they keep feeding people into this machine is to keep the status quo, because they are afraid of what happens if they let the machine stop. And so he is able to, like, you know what? I'm brave enough to face that future, whatever that holds.
Yeah.
We don't need to sacrifice anyone in this machine. And so he's able to break the cycle by not allowing himself to be fed into the Enigma machine, and then everything falls apart. The machine falls apart.
His prophecy is to attempt to destroy the Enigma machine and fails, and he overcomes it and destroys the Enigma.
By not joining the Enigma? By not destroying it.
He overcomes the concept of destiny and overcomes the fear of failing and succeeds anyways. And then everyone is left to their own devices. Everyone is free.
You are the masters of your
everyone
own
is
fate.
free to do all the gay boat smooching you want to do.
Yep, on all the tides.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
It brings Larry back. I'm super happy.
That rules.
Yeah.
That rules.
That spark is a little bit there. So it's not so much like, it's not like super romantic because they haven't really had a chance to.
No, yeah, no.
But
their notes have been super spicy. You know?
yes.
Real porny.
Real super porny?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
I think this
doesn't need to
I
be.
think this is kind of fun.
This is fun. Also, we're very good at this.
Yeah, this is good.
The Midnight Enigma.
The Midnight Enigma trilogy. Yeah, dude.
Catch it.
Catch it.
Summer 2025.
2025. Strike's over, baby. Let's party.
Get back to work.
Yeah, dude. Let's do some gay boat smooching.
Gay bow smooching.
Woo! Okay. Shard. That was the first word that came to mind.
Hey, man, not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Oh, here are the other endings.
Who are we casting as Shard 1 with Tara?
How young do we want to make him? Like, you know.
You know me, I like him.
No, stop. No, stop. No. I don't know a lot of young actors right now.
Me neither. I regret everything. I think you find a no-name. I think you find,
There's going to be a new star.
Yeah, I think,
Here is the other ending plot points. It has to have a sad ending. The ending is ambiguous. The final showdown isn't what you think. It's actually the opposite of what you think it'll be. A talking cat is introduced. And number 6. Bran is made king. Roll again.
That's funny.
The shade, Bran.
Well, what makes it Midnight Enigma, I guess, is the question.
I think it's because the prophecy was going to take place at midnight. He was going to destroy the machine at midnight.
Or it's like...
Or it's always midnight in the machine.
Yeah, time exists weirdly there. Or it's always daytime in the Enigma. In order to destroy it, you have to make it nighttime by sheer force of will. Yeah. A lot of this makes no sense. But I'm having
better than Divergent.
Better than Maze Runner.
That's all we need. That's the bar we need to clear.
I think we just wrote a book trilogy in a way that I'm kind of like really digging.
It's
got everything. It's got a school. It's got kids with powers. It's got a massive conspiracy. It's got gay boat smooching. It's got everything. I love it.
A little time travel, a little wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
All right. Nailed it.
Woo!
What a good episode.
This is fun.
What's our episode next week?
It's the same thing, but action movies.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, we're gonna make our own action film.
Oh, that's
because
fun.
next week's episode is Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
so it's kind of a holiday week.
Oh yeah.
So we figured let's have some fun and do this again for an action film.
Thanksgiving is like almost here, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks away from right now.
Time has had literally no. Time makes no sense anymore.
Well, because we're trapped in the Enigma machine,
Jay.
Jay.
Destroy the Enigma.
Yeah.
We need to destroy it. The gears turn, and the fates burn. Twilight Enigma.
It's not terrible.
I think this is a format we should have in this show more. Because the Peaches will let us know, but I've had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and also every once in a while, not having to prep for an episode.
Not having to do a bunch of research.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world.
Not bad.
Not the worst thing in the world.
Not bad.
Not the worst thing in the
I don't
world.
mind it. I don't mind
more doors than wheels, but whatever.
You know.
It's Pino over Gale. It's fine. Well, this has been Fix It, you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're catching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, do that YouTube that you do so well. And if you're catching this wherever you catch your podcasts, if you wouldn't mind leaving us a little 5-star review, writing something nice, it makes my day. It also definitely helps the show, even though most podcatcher algorithms are trash. That's just how it works.
Maybe YouTube is better.
That's why
Who
we're on.
knows?
That's why we're
I
on
don't know.
YouTube. That's why we're on YouTube.
Pretty good.
And as we end every episode, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It's the slow wheel you never see coming.
And I'm gonna shut the door right in your face. We see you guys next week.
Bye.